It's like building your physical muscle in the fitness studio. When you go to the gym, it builds up when you do that, not just one time a month. You do it daily and do it maybe 30 minutes a day, and your muscle starts growing. But the cool thing is the confidence muscle, when you learn that, it doesn't shrink anymore. You don't have to train it because it has reached already kind of a plateau, and you go to the next plateau, to the next one, and your confidence level grows by action.
This is By Joyan Season 2. I'm your host, Joyan Chan, and every Wednesday we bring you inspiring stories, powerful message, and fun conversations with me and my special guests and friends, and it's my personal mission to empower you to live and lead a life with joy. This podcast is for you if you're looking for more joy, courage, passion, and purpose in your life. Now let's dive into today's episode and get ready to laugh, learn, and live your life to the fullest. Joining us today is the founder of Create My New Future. She's on a mission to help women build unshakable self-trust and inner confidence so they can break free from fear, self-doubt, and loneliness. She empowers women to transform their lives with courage, connection, and adventure, inspiring them to boldly explore the world solo and embrace the fearless life they've always envisioned without waiting for anyone else to join them. So, ladies and gentlemen, help me in welcoming the transformation coach, Nicole Marquardt. Nicole, welcome to the show.
Well done. Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here. Your German is perfect. Love it.
Oh my God, I love that. Yeah, I did it. Yes, so before that, we were talking about, I was asking Nicole how to pronounce her surname, and I did it perfectly. At least that's what she said. Yay! Okay, now let's begin with your story because I don't know about your story, right? We just met, we had fun talking, but I would really love to know about your story. I mean, you left corporate, that's what I know. And so why Create My New Future? Like, what inspired you to start your own business and call it Create My New Future?
Yeah, that's an important question. Well, I've been working in the corporate world for more than 30 years and dealing with IT projects, and I enjoyed actually living the business life. I've seen the good, I've seen the bad stuff, and I decided at the end to follow my passion because I found out that there is more people out there. They just got stuck in their business. And I like to help and support career-driven women who feel stuck and disconnected or are afraid to take the leap into the life they've been dreaming of. I like to guide them to rediscover their passion and rebuild the confidence and redesign their life they wanted to live and they love. And it could be actually that they're navigating a new chapter, they overcome loneliness, they're just ready for the right moment to get started, because we are all getting stuck in our hamster wheel. And I realized I need to change something because I found a solution to help myself to get out of that situation. That's why I thought I'm going to support other women as well who are in this hamster wheel.
What did you have to personally overcome to become the woman you are today? And what did you do to, like you say, what did you do to become the person you are today?
Yeah. Let me walk you through my past life, if you don't mind. Picture this. You walk towards your apartment, you have your groceries in your arms, and you turn the key around. And then the silence hits you like a brick wall, and the loneliness is right there. So I entered my apartment and there was nobody. And I've been working late hours, and I have been working on a job that drained me, and my private life felt like on pause. And day after day, I had the same routine. I woke up, I came home, I scrolled probably over my phone, and it repeated all the time. So somehow, somewhere along the way, I lost the connection to myself. And this is how my life looked like. And I just wanted to share that because I think there are so many people out there, they're in the same situation like I used to be. And I always ask myself, and I can ask your audience as well, so what if today you decided to change everything of that? because there could be a possibility to have a more beautiful life. And it all starts with a powerful word, which is decision. And people, they just don't take decisions. And today I really like to talk a bit more about the power of decision, because it's about turning the key around to your life, and you're stepping into your new future, which is a beautiful part. It's actually on the other side of fear, doubt, and comfort. And if you don't mind, I'd like to quickly or talk about that, because it is such a profound way to describe the situations of our people at the moment, because we all have a vision. We all have a life we want to have a fit, healthy body. We want to have a relationship fills our heart, adventures around the world. But here's the truth: if you don't change anything and you're still sitting on the same place, you get stuck in the same habits. You're feeling safe but unfulfilled. And while we're sitting here, life is happening, but it's without us. And that's why it's important to take powerful decisions.
So, why do you believe real change begins with a single powerful decision? And how can people start making decisions that truly align with their future self?
Yeah, change is scary. Change means
Yeah.
we're stepping out of our comfort zone. We created that for so many years and it feels very comfortable. But nothing changes until you decide it. And for me, let me give you an example. It was when I was standing at the train platform after a business trip and I was on my way back home. I was overwhelmed, frustrated, and I felt the weight of my project right on my shoulders, and the stress level was too high. And I found myself standing there, and tears have been rolling down my face. I was picking up my phone and calling my manager, and it felt like, gosh, if I do that, it feels like jumping off the cliff. But my heart was pounding, and I thought, what if he doesn't understand? What if I lose my job? What if I open up too much? But in this moment, I realized if I don't say something or if I don't change anything, the risk is higher to remain here and get stuck where I was. So I made that call and I took that one decision, and it changed everything.
Did you call him and call your manager and quit your job?
I actually called him about the situation, that I felt overwhelmed, and I just wanted to share that with him. And I was so scared. What is he thinking about it? And I actually didn't think about the first step. I was already further ahead, like, oh gosh, what if I lose my job? What if he doesn't understand? But first of all, I just had to open up and I started talking. And I want to tell you that that call changed everything, because 2 months after that call, I closed my apartment door and I turned the key around and I left for a solo trip that changed my life. And I grew my confidence and I found my passion and I connected with a world I never thought it can happen. And you know what came out at the end? That I had to stop working in this stressful moment. And I said, is there a possibility for a break? And I went on a sabbatical for a year. And that was just the moment when I had this pivotal moment in my life. And I thought, things are possible. You just need to take a decision. You need to have this courage, which is one of the three keys. I always say there's three keys to unlock your future life. It's courage, which is the first key, where it is scary, but it opens your doors. And that was that call I had with my manager. It wasn't easy, but it was necessary. And the courage is actually the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. And that is what I realized. Gosh, you just have to jump. And that is, yeah, that was my first step and the biggest decision and the best one I think I've taken all my life. And I don't regret it at all, because after that, I got so much confidence, and it comes through actions. Confidence you can't buy. This is something which grows by action over time. And that was perfect.
Yeah, and I guess the fast track to building confidence is to travel abroad alone, right? To take a solo trip. That is scary, but it's also exciting, to me and you people who love solo traveling. But to some people, it's like the last thing that they would do, right? they rather die than to travel alone. I know so many of my female friends, they can't do anything alone. They can't even eat alone. They can't go out alone. They can't go shopping alone. Like just so many things they can't do it alone, and they always need someone to take them, to travel with, to go see something, right, together. So how would you encourage, or what advice would you give, especially women, to help them overcome the fear of doing things alone, traveling alone, and embrace confidence, courage, and independence?
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that is actually all my life. I traveled, I had the courage, and I got the confidence. And let me quickly explain what confidence does. Because if you step into that moment and you just trust the process, it becomes easier because you realize the first, let's just talk about the first moment when you start traveling. Oh gosh, then you were on the bus, then you were on the train, then you were on the plane, and you managed everything. You changed probably at an airport. It's the tiny little things you actually celebrate on the beginning, like, oh gosh, I made it to the next destination and it worked out. And the beauty is you learn to connect to yourself because you need to learn to trust yourself and your gut. And when you know yourself better, and connect to yourself, you connect more to other people and you start opening up. And that gives you the confidence as well. And that's what I was saying previously with taking action. And the more action, it's more reps in your life. The more reps you have, it's like building your physical muscle in the fitness studio. When you go to the gym, it builds up when you do that, not just one time a month. You do it daily and do it maybe 30 minutes a day, and your muscle starts growing. But the cool thing is the confidence muscle, when you learn that, it doesn't shrink anymore. You don't have to train it because it has reached already kind of a plateau, and you go to the next plateau, to the next one, and your confidence level grows by action. And that is what I love with this one. And at the end, it shows up in the way how you walk, how you talk, and at the end, how you shine, because that is what confidence does. And I just want to tell everybody out there, you are never alone. Sometimes you wish to be alone on a solo trip because you have so many people around you. They like what you do. They see your confidence because you shine. You start talking to them. You have beautiful stories to tell. People want to connect to you when you travel alone, if you are open to.
When I travel alone, I often meet other solo travelers around the world, and we become friends. And it's like the most beautiful thing in the world is you get to meet someone else who is just as passionate about traveling as you, who has the same values and passions in life, right? And you wouldn't do that if you are traveling with someone from your hometown, in your same group or circle of friends, right? And you speak about fearlessness, fearless life, courage. Do you believe that fear ever fully goes away, or is something that we need to learn how to dance with?
Oh, I love that. Yeah, let's dance with our fear. We have to, because it usually comes from our past. It can come from family or society or personal experiences. And we just have to analyze these fears and we need to embrace them. We confront them. We figure out what probably was the earliest memory or situation tied to personal fears, or how have these fears influenced my decision or my life choices. And as, for instance, transform your fear of failure into strength by setting realistic goals or learning from mistakes and celebrating small wins along the way. That helps actually to get over these fears. And I say, I don't want to know the fears of you when I talk to the clients. It's important that you know them, because if the fear comes up, you know how to confront them and how to work with them, and maybe just see the positive in the negative. That is something I'd like to encourage the people, that if the fear is there, it's actually a very good sign, because I also have these fears. I still have sometimes these fears, but I see them not as a fear. It's rather a challenge. So it's the way how we talk to ourselves. Why don't we just use a nicer word for fear? Why is it not just a challenge? And a challenge is also a positive thing to grow, isn't it?
Yeah, reframing, right? It's about how you talk to yourself. So since your company, your business is called Create My New Future, in order to create our new future, we have to first let go of our past. And so often, so many of us carry the weight of our past mistakes, our past stories, trauma, heartbreaks, regrets. How can we first honor our past so that we can let go of the past, and then we talk about creating the future we want?
Yeah, I mean, it's the limiting beliefs. Those beliefs often arise from experience we had in the past, and understanding the nature of the beliefs is the first step to the transformation. And challenging limiting beliefs, they involve questioning their the what's the word,
Motivation?
validity. Yeah, and
Yes.
exploring the evidence that contradicts them. And that is what um I'm just thinking about the way how I explain it in English. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
I want to give an example about identify a limiting belief that had affected your life and the decision or your behaviors, and then challenge it, validate the challenge. And I have a problem with this main with this word now. So sorry. We sometimes say, um, we have a limiting belief, for example, I'm not good enough to start my own business. And you
Yep.
then you counter evidence, and you have actually evidence, oh my goodness, I managed all these successful projects, and I was demonstrating my organizational and leadership skills, and I have a strong network, and I can actually do this. And then the powerful affirmation is, I'm more than capable of starting and running a successful business. And my skills and my passion and determination guide me to create positive, impactful change. Rather saying, I'm not good enough to start a business, I'm not skilled very well. You have actually the evidence. But it's the self-talk we have. It's those affirmations. And I want to empower all the people to have a better self-talk to them. And that's the beginning and the start, actually, to become better in your self-talk, in your limiting beliefs. You get rid of them, and that helps to get over that fear. That is an recommendation I have for people how to get started. I'm so sorry about finding
Sure.
the right words on the beginning.
So do you coach? I mean, just this is just like a personal question. Do you coach people in German or in English? Just curious.
I prefer it in English, but I'm so sorry that I stumbled.
No, yeah, I know. I
It
love that. That's so real.
It is very real, and I'm so sorry about that. But I'm around the world. I travel a lot, and I'm half here in Germany. And as you know, my winters, I'm gonna move more into the southern hemisphere and enjoy it in my second home, which is Cape Town, South Africa.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we talked
that's
about
why
that.
English.
Yeah. Now, I would love to talk to you about perfectionism because so often, we as women, we struggle with perfectionism. Like we just want to be perfect, right? We want everything to be perfect. We want to look perfect. We want our dress to be perfect, makeup to be perfect. That constant pressure to get everything perfect, especially with social media nowadays, right? It has to be picture perfect. And you personally, you emphasize progress over perfection. And how can people apply that in our day-to-day life?
Yeah, be a bit more graceful. You have seen it right now with me. I've been mumbling, I've been stuttering around, didn't find the English word. Okay, it can happen, but it rarely happens. It's just sometimes when you don't find the right word. So talk around it, find a new word, and be a bit more graceful to yourself. We don't have to have everything ready to get started. What I think, it's sometimes an excuse not to start with something, because we always think everything has to be perfect. But you know what? We can always start. And there's always a possibility to begin. It's tiny little steps to begin with, and then we can adjust, we can pivot. I think Elon Musk, he
Yeah.
started with PayPal. Now he's building rockets and he's building cars. So people pivot in their life. They don't continue with one thing. And we don't have to have the perfect idea ready to get started. Later we can shift. And even if it's just a tiny little bit, the niche, nothing has to be perfect.
Yeah, I love that. And it happens all the time in business, right? people are waiting for the perfect time to start their business, and there's no perfect time. We all know that. So what would you say to people who are maybe someone who comes to you and say, Nicole, I really want to start my business, but I don't have this, I don't have the skills, I have to wait for my certification to complete the course, and things like that. I have to have 500 followers online to start my business. Like, how would you help them? What would you say to them?
I think it's already in you. That is my answer immediately. It is the quickest answer I have because we all have something where we are good at, where we have our knowledge and where nobody else has it. And we don't need a certificate for that because this is your life experience and you want to help people. And that is why we are here. We want to support and serve people. And if this is your intention, then everything is fine and you're at the right place to get started because you have just to have the self-trust in you. And as you know, everything for me, it was this coaching the women and help them to get out of their old life, out of their loneliness, and helping them to find back to their passion, to discover their real passion, because we forgot that from our past because we're so in our daily habits that we forgot, hey, where are you actually good at? Because some people, they just force us to be good in a specific topic and we actually don't like that. What, you don't have to be good in that. Be good in that where it's easy for you. And that is why I want to encourage everybody. If you have a specific topic, getting easy through divorce, losing 50 pounds within 2 months, this is the way how I did it.
Mm.
People like that. It's authentic. It's you. And then they trust you. That's what I actually have to share.
Yeah, we all have a gift. What exactly are you doing to help women today?
Hmm. I think it was coming from the IT. There were, I mean, 33 years counting back is a long time. There were not many women working in the IT. And we always try to do it better. We want to get seen. We want to do it good. And that's why we were so into our job, which drained us. And we worked more than expected, than probably other people did. And I think I just wanted to help them. Hey, start living, not just existing. Start living again and think about you because I forgot that. I've been traveling each week to a different city, catching the train early in the morning, staying overnight. I have lost the connection to my friends because they knew, oh, Nicole, she's not in town this week. And of course, I came back before the weekend, but they just had in their mind, I'm not there. So they haven't invited me anymore. So I was kind of disconnected to my friends and families because she's just on a business trip. She's not there. So I want to help them that people find back to their real life, to their family and friends, connect to people who are, you must surround yourself with the same people where your interests are and people who let you grow and make you seen as well. That just does not happen when you're just in your hamster wheel and work. So women they just need help and I want to help them because I've stuck in that situation, I think, for 5 years, hardly.
Wow, 5 years.
Traveling, just traveling and traveling. Besides, of course, once a year, traveling in private to see the world and meet the world. But other than that, yeah, it was a lonely life, and I want to help them. Don't be lonely. You just have
Mm.
one life.
But not many people, I'm just thinking like people who are listening right now, not many people can afford to book a trip like next week and just leave their job and go away for like a month, holiday,
Yeah,
right? To connect with themselves. So I'm not saying not everyone has the luxury of doing that. It could be due to finances, right? Or it could be due to many other reasons, right? Family, commitments, kids. So other than traveling, of course you can travel like to your, like you said, Black Forest, like a nearby beach, spend some time with yourself, don't have to travel overseas, right? That's what we are saying. So what are some of the other smaller ways that people can start living again? Not,
yeah.
it doesn't have to be like expensive trips and all that.
That's so true. I mean, as you mentioned, I just took that example because I live in the south of Germany and there is the Black Forest. So you can also just go for a hike into the Black Forest, go and meet the nature. This is what helped me always so much. I love the nature. I went for morning walks. Then I sat down and I journaled how I felt. What does it do with you? I started to do meditation as well. So I'm going to share later a link with you where people can have a free meditation as well. So they can just download it and sit there and see what it does with them because we are not connecting to ourselves. What I suggested to one client, which is a beautiful example now, I love that. I haven't been thinking about it. I told him, it was a him. I'm so proud of him because I said to him, you need to get out there again. Do something what you have never done before. Force yourself. And you know what he just told me last week? He said, Nicole, I'm attending a salsa class now, and he's going for dance lessons. And I'm like, exactly what I told him. Do something what you have never done before. What you were like, oh my goodness, I never thought I can do this, because this is where you meet new people. And that doesn't cost a lot of money. You know, there are sometimes these social dances for free. You just go there, you gather around, find new people, like entrepreneur groups. It is for free. Just go and connect with people. There is meetup groups everywhere. When I, for instance, traveled to South Africa, I loved Internations.
Yeah,
It's an organization.
yeah, we have that in
Beautiful.
Singapore as well.
I know. I've been
Yeah.
there. I've been there as well when I was there. And I combined it with my business trips as well. In Hamburg, for instance, I've been to Internations and I met amazing people. So that is not really expensive. You don't have to invest a lot. I think the first investigation is take the powerful decision for change and have the courage to jump, right?
Yes. Yeah, so we start with decision, right? Just let's summarize everything. Let's start with decision and then the courage to jump. Okay, and then what's
Exactly.
next? What will be next?
What we do next? Well, then the confidence grows. Remember the story with the muscle? The confidence muscle does never shrink, which is a beautiful metaphor. And it really shows up in the way how you approach people and you connect to yourself. That is what I realized. I connected so much to myself and I knew what I liked and I found out my passion. I'm doing morning sports. At 5:30 I get up, I do my morning sports for 45 minutes. I do some stretching, I do ice cold showers, and then that's the beginning of my day. And I love it because it gives me so much energy. And when you're connected to yourself, you connect so much better to other people. That helped me on my travels because I love different cultures. I love to talk to them eye to eye. I like to learn about them. What are you doing here? How is the situation? And you start about everything. You're not perfectly in the language. I remember traveling to Bali when I was in Singapore. I just hopped on Bali Island and I traveled and stayed with this beautiful old lady. I think she was 90 years old probably. And we just sat there together and we looked into our eyes and there was this respect. And I just touched her hands to say hello, good morning, because she couldn't even understand English, what I never expected her to understand. But I connected so well with her. And at the end, we sat there together and we created some of these traditional, how do you call these boxes where you put them next to the temple to pray? Where you put the flowers in. It's a beautiful thing. And I helped her. It was banana leaves, and we really did that together. And I hugged her and I loved this woman. She was a wise older lady, and her heart was full of love. And I was like, I'm so impressed about her. I get very emotional now because I often think back about this lady and I think she must have passed away already, maybe 15 years ago. She was very old, very tiny, but gosh, that is the connection to people you can actually get. You see my tears now. Nobody else can see them. That's good.
But yeah, no, that's beautiful, right? And
Yeah.
so funny, you just mentioned that you do ice bath every day, and in the beginning of our call, you said it's so cold. It's winter time and you do ice bath every day. I'm like, what? That doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense. What are you talking about, Nicole? Yeah,
Yeah.
well, that is in the morning after your sports. You are sweaty, you feel sweaty, you're hot. And that's why I do these ice cold showers afterwards to wake.
I cannot
Maybe I
imagine
should.
doing ice cold shower in winter time.
Mm. I learned that it was a process. It's like everything. Yeah, it's not happening. It's the reputation you have. And on the beginning, I was a chick, and you have heard me. I'm like, I was giggling under that shower. I'm like, how am I supposed to do that? And then day after day, and you know what helps? You just brush yourself, and then you rub your skin, and then the blood circulation is doing its job, and then you just have these ice cold showers, and that is cooling you down. So maybe feeling cold now, I just have to hop under the ice cold shower and it'll help me to get my blood pressure and the circulation running. But I try to escape, and I think this is what you want to talk about. I try to escape in our winters because it's gray, uncomfortable, and I don't want to have any depression here. So I'm escaping to Cape Town, which is my second home, and I have through my travels, I met beautiful people there, and it's my family, and we always celebrate Christmas together, and they're expecting me to come, and that is such a beautiful gift, and I'm so grateful for all these friends over there.
I didn't know you have families over there. But I want to know, do you have a mantra or something like before you do the cold shower? Because before you say yes, before you jump, before you book the etiquette, right? Do you have a mantra that you say to yourself to say, Nicole, you can do this, right? You know, because I know when I'm about to face my fear, like I need to talk to myself. I need to pep talk myself, right? So what is your mantra? Do you have one?
I don't have a mantra for the cold shower. I had a mantra for my tennis matches when I was young, and I used to play high league, and I always clapped myself on the upper leg, and I said, "You can do it. Come on, do it."
Mm.
And I said that like a pro, and that was kind of a thing. And when I played a good ball, I said, "Come on, you can do it again." That I never talked about it. I promise you. You asked me a question nobody ever asked me, but that is what I always said. You can do it again. You can do it again. And I think this is something, maybe it's a good mantra as well for ice cold shower. Maybe you think about me tomorrow. You can do it again.
Because I think a lot of people they can't overcome their fear because they don't have a mantra, right? They don't have the step before facing their fear. They're missing that.
I'm going to tell my clients I will talk about my mantra. It's a cool
Yeah.
thing. Thank you for planting that seed into my brain. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's just something like things that we do unconsciously, right?
Mm,
Yeah,
right.
awesome. Do you have anything that you really want to talk about? Perhaps I didn't ask you or didn't let you.
I want to encourage everybody that their change is possible. It's up to you. And I'm happy when people come to me and ask for help, because I'm not the big convincer here to tell people you are ready for a change now. People have to know that. And when they want to join, I'm happy to help. I'm happy to support. And I like to show them what my signature program is about. But that is more discovering the passion and confronting your fears, grow your mindset, working on your time management, having impactful communication techniques around you to use them wisely, building resilience. There's so much possible I'm helping women to get started with. So that is something what was probably the last topic I'd like to talk about, or tell people, hey, this is something you can do. Everybody
Yeah.
can do it.
So how can people get started with you on this journey?
I'd like to provide a free resource, if you don't mind. It's called the Transformative Manifestation. It's a 7-day challenge. It's to actually get started with change. You see what's possible. You have these tiny little wins in between. And some people, they have no idea how coaching is, because I like the combination of online courses. And I created that 7-day challenge online course. They get the link from you to sign
Yeah.
up and just find out if online courses are something for them, because that makes people stop like, I don't know how that works. So I give them a possibility. Sniff in and figure out if this is something for you. That was probably too much German to English translation, but I think
Yeah.
people understood.
I didn't know there's a German expression. Now, yeah, thank you so much. Yes, thanks for the generous offer, the 7 day challenge. It sounds amazing, transformative manifestation. And I can't wait to join the challenge as well. Send me the link. I will put it in the show note below. And before that, I want to thank you again for your time and your insights and your stories and your authenticity. That's beautiful. And thank you so much for joining me today and sharing so beautifully with me and my listeners. Now, tell my people, of course, where do you want them to connect with you? Are you active on social media, or do they just go to your website?
Yeah. So my website is createmynewfuture.com, and the same name you find on Instagram, Create My New Future. This is one word, and you find my content I'm sharing. I'm very often talking from South Africa. You find interesting videos where I just talk about moments I share with you and situations, and I always have some stories. And once in a while, you find me traveling. There was a nice trip with my mom this year. She's becoming older, and I wanted to go on a last trip with her. Beautiful Italy. So we have spent some time there. But even when I was there, I've been sharing some content. So you might find that in the future.
That sounds beautiful. I travel with my mom as well. I know the struggle, but also the beauty that comes with it, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, so thank you so much again, guys. Go follow Nicole, follow along on the journey. She will share some travel stories in the future, like Cape Town, that's next. Thank her for coming to our show today. Tell us what is your biggest takeaway from today's episode, and visit the show note. I will put all her links and resources, including the 7 day challenge, in the show note. Don't forget to sign up, and don't forget to like and subscribe to this podcast if you haven't already. And I will always leave you the same way as I leave you every other episode. Show up. The world needs you, and you need you. Thanks for listening, and I wish you all a joyful and amazing day ahead. Thank you again for tuning into Find Joy Joyan podcast. If you enjoyed today's episode, take a screenshot and share it on your IG story and tag Find Joy Joyan _podcast so I know you are listening. And leave us a positive review on Apple Podcasts if you haven't already done so. And remember to hit the subscribe button whether you are listening on Spotify, iTunes, Amazon Music, or any of your other favorite platforms. If you love what we are doing and want to become one of our sponsors, you can send me a DM to connect. And thanks for being here. I will see you soon in the next episode.